everybody. Good evening. Welcome to my bedroom and welcome to our 7:30 gentle yin yoga class. I'm Pam Medina. I'll be your guide today. So a couple of things I would like to suggest to you is to make sure you're dressed warm because your body temperature has a tendency to really cool off during the yin practice. Also, you might like to have a bolster or a big stack of pillows, an extra pillow for your head for deep relaxation at the end of class. I'm sitting on a blanket, and that I prefer the cotton Mexican blankets because they don't slip like fleece does. You might want to have one or even two blankets and a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use pillows. So while you're getting your props ready, and I don't believe we'll need a strap tonight, but it's always nice to have one. Just want to take a moment to thank everyone who is a paying client for supporting this channel during this very important time in history. And I want to invite those of you that would like to make a donation to visit my website, theyogalily.com. That's TheYogalily.com/shop. You can go, if you go to the shop, you can make a donation. And if you go to our homepage, you can sign up for our email list. So I'd like to tell you about our theme today. Our theme is moving from fear to free. So our goal is to really get a lot of peace today and freedom. So make sure your belly muscles are engaged, your tailbone is down. You can have blocks or underneath your knees or not. You want to be comfortable because we're going to start with a short centering breathing practice and meditation. So bring the shoulders up, back, and down. And then turn the left palm up and bring the right hand in front of the right shoulder into Abhaya Mudra. This is the fearlessness mudra or lock. So this position helps to dispel fear, helps to create a sense of protection and peace. And in this wild, crazy world we're living today, we have a lot of questions, a lot of unknown, and it's really common for us human beings to feel a little nervous and anxious during these times. So we're going to learn how to transmute this fear into a calm. So let's close the eyes and exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly, ribs, and upper chest. Exhale through the nose, relax the upper chest, ribs, and belly. Inhale, expanding the belly, ribs, and upper chest. And exhaling, relaxing the upper chest, ribs, and belly. Continue to inhale and exhale out of the nose, filling the lungs completely on each in-breath. Deflating them as much as possible on the out-breath without struggle. One more breath, just like this. And now let's inhale to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to 5. Exhale to 5. Inhale to 5. And exhale to 5. Continue on your own. Let each inhale fill you, nourish you. Let each exhale relax you. Next time you exhale, bring your right hand to your heart center. Feel the tenderness of your heart. And ask your heart what you feel most worried about, most fearful about at this time in your life. And so the mindfulness teachings tell us that the antidote to fear is not courage. It's quite the contrary. The antidote to fear is compassion. So you might like to speak to your fear with the compassion you would of a loved one, someone very dear to you, who you would want to comfort. Maybe you might say something like, "Oh, my dear sweetheart, I love you so much. Come here, come closer into my arms. Let me hold you. I love you. I'm sorry you're afraid." So just take a moment to speak to your fear, speak to your heart in this way. And then we'll chant the sacred sound of Om, Ah, O, Om. Do that 3 times, exhaling, inhaling. Ah, Om. Ah, Om. Releasing the right hand. Become aware of which ankle is in front and lengthen out your legs. Shake them out a bit. And then let's cross the ankles in the opposite direction. Again, make sure you're on the front edge of your sits bones. You peel your loveliness back behind you. Engage the navel. And then engage the navel even more, lengthen the spine, take a deep breath in. And then turn to your right. Bring your left hand on your right thigh, your right hand behind your tailbone. Push down through the sits bones, pull up through the spine, and turn the belly, chest, and shoulders. Gaze to the right. For Parivrita Sukhasana, revolved, cross-legged position. This is a great pose for your digestion. And then inhale, come center. And exhale, turn to the left. Bring your right hand to your left thigh and your left hand behind you. Pull the navel back, lengthen up through the spine. Roll the front edge of your sits bones and roll your ribs, your shoulders, your head gently to the left. And breathe deeply here as we increase the mobility of the spine, wring out tension and toxins in the digestive system and also in the thoracic spine, the rib cage. And then pull the navel back and take a deep breath in. And exhale, let go. Now plant the right hand next to your right hip and squeeze the belly muscles. Inhale the left arm up, deep breath in. I'm just going to remove the block so you can see me better. And you're going to slide your right hand out to the right. Drop your head to the right. Let the right elbow bend and reach the left hand away from the left hip. Keep pushing the left hip down to the side stretch. Breathe deep into the left side body. Another great pose for digestion as we squeeze that right side, which is where the ascending colon lives. And then pull the belly muscles up, reach up, and lower the left hand. Again, I'll remove the block so you can see better. Reach your left hand next to your hip. Inhale the right arm up, deep breath in. And then side bend to the left. Keep your hips and shoulders facing forward. Don't let the belly throw forward. Pull the belly muscles back. Let the left elbow soften. Drop the head. Reach the right hand away from the right hip and push the right hip down. Bow the right ribs upward and breathe deeply into that right side body. Now we're pressing on the descending colon on the side. And then pull the navel up and sit up. Release the arms, exhale the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, let go. Great. We're going to go ahead and come into our first yin posture. So you can set your props aside and we're going to lay on our backs. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Rock your knees a little bit from left to right, just to iron out any wrinkles in your lower back. And then come to stillness. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, draw your nose towards your knees. Hold the breath out. Maybe you can bring your hands closer together. And then lower your head. Strong belly. Your legs up and straighten your legs. Flex the feet. Press the heels up. And reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Now, if you have a back injury, if this is very uncomfortable for you, forget the arms and you could bring your hands underneath your sacrum. I don't have you on a wall tonight because I want you to strengthen your core a little bit. So you're going to have the legs floating free here. Keep your navel engaged. Be pressing up through the heels and reaching up through the fingertips. Let the eyes close and relax and You're just going to allow the dead bug pose to begin to drain the lymph and the blood from your limbs down into the trunk. And this will send blood and nutrients to the digestive organs, all of the internal organs, and the spine. You can let your eyes close, and we're going to exhale completely and find our 10-second breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling to 5 and exhaling to 5. When you add the 5 and 5 together, that forms a 10-second breath, and that slows the breathing down. Normal, everyday, average breathing, we usually take about 12 to 15 repetitions per minute. When we breathe like this, we take 6 seconds, 6 breaths per minute. It slows the breathing down into half. And when we slow the breathing down, we calm the nervous system. We also absorb more oxygen. Keep that navel engaged. Keep pressing the heels up to protect the lower back. You might start to feel a little shaking, or your digits might start to get a little tingly or sleepy. That's all normal and signs that it's working. Just let it happen. About another minute here, so keep the navel engaged, protect that lower back, keep pressing up through the heels. Again, anytime you need to, you could always bring the hands under the sacrum. Doing great. And one more 10-second breath here. And bend the knees. On your exhale, hug your knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your nose towards your knees. Lower your head down, strong belly. Place your feet on the floor. And we're going to widen the feet about shoulder distance apart, maybe mat width apart. Just want to open the arms. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. As you inhale, bring your knees center. And exhale, turn your head to the left. Inhale to the count of 5 as you bring everything center. Exhale, knees to the left, head to the right as you exhale to 5. Inhale to 5 as you bring it all center. Exhale, knees to the right, head to the left as you exhale. Continue on your own using your breath. Next time you bring the knees center, pause, take a breath, and let go. Great. So for this next one, we're going to need to get a little bit of height. So this is where the bolster comes in handy. You might be able to use something like a low chair as well to get the height that you need. So I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing, and then you can decide for yourself what you need to do. You don't want to put yourself in pain though. So what I'm going to do is build a little stairwell. So one block is going to be tall towards the back of my mat. I'm going to bring that back as far as I can. And I want it on my mat so that it doesn't slide. And you'll see why in a moment. And then put the other block on its lowest setting in front of it. So you have a little step. And then you could take your bolster, or maybe you're using a pile of pillows, and put it up onto this step. And this is why you're going to have a lot of weight on this, so you don't want to push back. And we're going to do supported locust pose. So wonderful pose. I haven't done it in a long time. So the way you come into this is by laying onto your belly and widening your legs. You want to bring your pelvis back as far as you can, and so that you're already 50% of the way there. And then bring your right leg up and onto the bolster. Try to center it and have the front of the thigh facing down. Your left leg is going to stay down on the floor. And then the hands can be in cactus pose, or you could make a little pillow for your head and turn your cheek to one side. Some people like to put a blanket underneath their head here as well. And we're going to be here for a few minutes, so make yourself comfortable. And you don't want the leg to be so high that there's pinching in the lower back. A little bit of pressure is okay. Mostly you're looking for just the elevation and maybe having a little bit of a stretch through the front of the right thigh. And just take some long, deep breaths once you get into the posture. Now, this is quite easy for you. You might like to bring the other leg up as well and do both legs together. But if that feels uncomfortable to you, as it is feeling uncomfortable to me today, then go ahead and just focus on having the right leg up only. You could also explore, if you want a little more height, just moving back a little bit more towards your bolster, just to get a little bit more of an elevation through your right leg. And then continue to focus on your 5 count breath. Inhaling to 5 and exhaling to 5. Another idea is to have like a couch cushions. If you have couch cushions, you can use that, pile those up and use that for your height. And take one more breath here. And then you're going to lower your right leg down off the bolster. Take your time. Take a breath. Now turn your head to the other side. And you're going to bring your left leg up. Sometimes the bolster falls down, like mine just did, and I have to set it up again, so no big deal. And we're going to continue to breathe deep, beautiful breaths here. So the raised leg, again, sending the blood and lymph down towards the internal organs. And we're getting a nice opening through the hip flexor. For some of us, more gentle than others. Little squeeze through that left kidney. And massage in the abdomen. And again, if you would like to deepen this, you could raise your right leg up to meet your left, or you could move back slightly, a little closer towards your support, as I am going to make that choice. And continue with your 5 count breath here. And take one more breath here. And then engage the navel a little bit. Widen that left leg off the bolster. Separate your legs. Turn your cheek to the other side. Take a breath. And let go. And just notice how that posture feels on you. And then you can bend your knees. And just wave your feet gently from side to side. You might like to move away from your support a little bit. Turn your head to the other side as you continue to windshield your feet. And then relax the legs, take a breath, and let go. Beautiful. We're going to come on up onto all fours. And we're going to set up for pigeon pose. So I want to show you the adaptation first, and then I'll show you the way that I'm going to do it. So one adaptation is to lay on your back and then have your feet on the floor, and you would bring your right ankle to your left thigh and raise your left leg, and then bring the right hand between the keyhole of the thighs and hold the back of the left knee or shin. If you can't reach behind the knee, you could use a strap, or you could bring your foot to a wall or a dresser and do it this way with the right ankle on the left thigh. Either way works wonderful. Okay, so if that looks like that's the way you want to do that, you can set up for that, or you can try the prone version. So some people really like to do the prone version with a bolster. So I'll show you with and without it. Make sure you have your props nearby, your blocks, and your blankets. And you're going to come to all fours. And I'm going to start without the bolster so that you can see what it looks like. Have the hands under the shoulders and bring the right knee up next to the right hand. Work your right foot up towards your left wrist. If you're very flexible, right, like me, you can use your left wrist to hold your foot in place. And then begin to walk your left leg back. Now, if this is already hurting, go back to doing this on your back, okay? Remember, we're practicing compassion for ourselves today. If you would like a little support under your hips, you could put a block underneath your sits bones, underneath your right sit bone. Or you could put a blanket underneath your right hip. That's going to be the one that I choose. And then you could use, if you don't have a bolster at home, you could use blocks in front of you to lay yourself down. Some of you are going to have your arms straight. And if it hurts, go onto your back and do the other version. Otherwise, you can you come to your forearms, you could bring a block to your forehead, or you could turn your cheek to one side and rest on your blocks, or have a stack of pillows underneath you, or you can have your bolster underneath your chest and turn your cheek to one side. Okay. So choose what works best for you. And I think I'm going to try it without the bolster for a little while, and then maybe if I need to, I'll come back to using a bolster. So keep your right foot flexed, and then you're going to come down to whatever expression of the pose feels best for you. You can also stack your hands or your fist, or turn your cheek to one side, or just bring yourself all the way down to the floor. And then as you inhale to the count of 5, feel that the hips are opening. And as you exhale to the count of 5, feel the hips are sinking. So this is a wonderful pose for sciatica, lower back pain, tightness in the glutes. It's a great pose for moving the chi into the lower body, particularly the lower torso. And what is chi? Energy, life force. So breathe into that space. Remember, as the pose intensifies, that's normal. That means you're getting into the deeper layers of the muscle, into the tendons, where deep change can happen. Discomfort is okay, pain is not. If you have pain, you need to soften this a little bit. A little discomfort is actually good for you. We're about halfway through on this side. Keep the breath flowing deeply into the hips. A few more breaths like this. Keep that 5-count breath going. One more 10-count breath. 10-second breath. You inhale, draw your hands under your shoulders. Engage your navel. Lift your chest, open your heart. Draw your chest forward. And then go ahead and curl your back toes under, bring your rear knee forward, and bring your right leg back. Your supports out of the way, and just sway the hips from left to right a few times. Sometimes it feels really good to come into downward facing dog after that. So have the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders, fingers spread out wide. Press into the roots of the fingers, curl the toes under, and lift the hips up and back behind you. Take a few breaths here. Keep pressing the heels down, pulling the waist back. And let's come down to the knees. And we'll do the other side. So I want to show you the adaptation once again. If you are doing it on your back, you will place your left ankle on your right thigh and raise your right leg. You can bring your left hand between your thighs, holding behind the knee or the shin. Again, you can use a strap underneath the knee. Or if that's too much for you, maybe that hurts your shoulders holding that for that long, you could have your right foot on the wall. Okay. Otherwise, go ahead and bring that left knee up next to the left wrist and walk the left foot up towards the right wrist. Walk the right thigh back. You want the back thigh facing down. Okay, don't let it spin out and then get the hips all cockeyed like this. That back leg is straight. And then you can put a blanket or a block underneath your hips. And this side might be a little different than the other one, so don't judge yourself. Move back a little more and you'll be able to see me. Okay. And then again, you are welcome to use a block in front of you or a bolster. And then lengthen your spine and lay down on your supports. Turn your cheek to one side if you're using a bolster. If you'd like, you can try it without the block or the bolster. And again, some of you will have your arms straight. And we're going to go ahead and come into our expression of the pose and begin long, deep breathing. Inhaling into the hips and exhaling out of the hips. We're going to keep that front foot flexed. Protect the knee. Deep, beautiful 5-count inhales and 5-count exhales. Sometimes you find a little more space while you're breathing. I like to lift my chest up every once in a while and extend the spine long, take the rounding off the upper back, and then lower my head back down. Remember to breathe compassion into your hips. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to change anything about the position we're in. Sometimes it's just breathing through the sensation of what we feel. We don't have to push away every emotion, every sensation. We can just breathe through it. The hips release a lot of emotion, a lot of anxiety. So when we're in this pose, it's common to feel a little impatient. Sometimes I cry in this pose. We're more than 2/3 of the way done, so keep breathing into those hips. One more breath here. Engage the navel, walk the hands in. Nice and tall, lift the heart, drop the hips, take a deep breath in. So relax. Engage the navel, curl the back toes under, and walk the rear knee forward. Move your supports. Knee. And swing the hips from left to right. And turn your head to look at your hips as they sway. Come center, take a breath. And exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips up. Lengthen the spine, spread through the toes. Maybe you want to pedal your feet a little bit, turn the head from side to side. Or maybe you want to just stay still and keep pressing the hands and feet down, lifting the hips, pressing the chest back towards the toes, broaden the collarbones. Spread the toes out wide. Lengthen your spine. And come down to your knees. Okay. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana, or caterpillar pose, seated forward fold. So you can use a blanket to sit on. And you might want to have blocks or a bolster nearby. to support your head or both. So you're going to sit on the edge of your blanket with your legs extended out. And some people like to put the bolster over their shins or over their legs like this with their forehead. You want to be able to have your arms relaxed. I like to use a block. So, and I put my block standing up on my shins. You might be more flexible than me and be able to have them down. Sometimes I get to lower my block. So just pressing out to the heels, back of the knees facing the floor, and slight internal rotation of the thighs. So you might want to actually hold your right thigh and turn it in towards your right, towards your left, and do the same with your left. Good. And then engage the navel and reach the arms up. Deep breath in. And then fold from your hips, lead with your chest. You're going to bring your hands down to whatever they touch, shin, ankle, toes, relax the head. Once you relax the head, you can have an idea of, this is how much space I need. That's how I know, after doing this for a long time, that a block under my head is just about the right thing, but you might need more or less. And then once you get the support under your head you need, and you may not need support, you can just let the head hang. That's perfectly wonderful as well. You can let the arms relax and turn the palms up. And just close the eyes and breathe into the back of the body here. This is West Stretch Pose, or Caterpillar, or Paschimottanasana. We're stretching the back of the body, which affects the nervous system. Stretches out the hamstrings and the spinal cord. And when we're dealing with fear or anxiety, it's really important to balance out that nervous system with the pose like this. So find that 10-second breath again, inhaling to 5, and exhaling to 5. So this pose also benefits the digestive system with some slight pressure on the abdomen. And can help to induce a state of relaxation. Also relieves pain and pressure from the lower back. Sometimes I like to inhale and lengthen my spine a little bit more, and then exhale, fold back down a little bit more. One more minute here. Notice if the breath has wandered off and bring it back to breathing body. Take one more breath here. Engage the navel. Slowly walk your hands up, your legs. Breath. Let everything go limp. We're going to go ahead and set up for deep relaxation now. So make sure you're warm and cozy. I'm going to put a big pillow underneath my head and cover up with my blanket. Before I do that, I'm going to put my bolster under my knees. You want to have your feet shoulder distance apart, your arms by your sides. It's the most important part of the yoga practice. It's the part where the body begins to integrate all the postures and begins to absorb the benefits. Make sure you're warm because your body temperature will cool down even more during this part of the practice. Your feet should be shoulder distance apart, your arms by your sides with palms turned up. And while you get settled, I'm going to go ahead and just set a timer for us so that I don't fall asleep on you. I'm going to guide you through a nice slow relaxation, and then I'll om at the end of the practice. I'll guide you right back up to sitting up and show you, and we'll close together. Palms up, eyes closed. Exhale. Deep breath in and let go. Now bring your awareness to the soles of your feet and imagine you could inhale through the soles of your feet, up your legs, up your spine, arms, and head. Imagine there is a pressure valve at the top of your head that's just been removed. And exhale out of the top of your head, out of the pressure valve, letting go of all the pressure. And now inhale into the top of the head, down the arms, down the spine, down the legs, and into the feet. And imagine there's 2 pressure valves on each foot being removed. And exhale out of the feet. Inhale into the soles of the feet, up the legs, up into the hips, into the spine, arms, head, brain, and feel that pressure valve being removed off the top of the head. And exhale, let it go. Become aware of the right hand, and inhale into the right palm, right arm. Pull right side of the body from head to heel. Pull left side of the body from head to heel. Left arm, left palm. And feel the pressure valve being released off the left palm as you exhale and let go. Inhale into the right palm, right arm. Pull left side of the body from head to heel. Pull right side of the body from head to heel. Pull right arm, pull right hand. Feel that pressure valve being removed, and exhale out of the right hand. Let it go. Inhale into the back of the body. Feel the back of the body gently lifting off the floor with the power of the breath. Send that breath into the whole front of the body now. And imagine a big, giant pressure valve being lifted off as you exhale, and all the pressure goes up into the ethers, into the clouds, never to come back again. And now inhale into the front of the body. Whole front of the body is filled with breath. Whole back of the body filled with breath. Again, you're breathing so deeply into the back of the body that you can feel the back of the body subtly lifting off the floor. And imagine a pressure valve being removed from the back of the body. And exhale. Let the body deflate into the earth mother. Enter the body fully. Notice what it feels like to be inside a relaxed body. Notice if there's any hidden or subtle ways that you may be trying to force the body to relax or make it relax. It's okay if you are. Have compassion for yourself. It's common for us to be afraid that if we don't make the body relax, we won't do what it's supposed to do and we won't have the relaxation that we want to experience. But just for today, allow yourself to completely trust that the body will relax on its own. Now bring your awareness to the natural breath. Notice the breath coming into you and going out of you. Once again, notice if there's any soft or subtle ways that you may be trying to force the breath to happen. Maybe clinging to the breath or not being patient for it as it naturally pauses between each inhale and exhale. Just notice. And be compassionate toward yourself. If you are doing that, it's okay. It's common, especially when we're just beginning to practice, to be afraid if we don't make the breathing happen, that we won't breathe properly. But just for today, let's trust the wisdom of the breath. And now bring your awareness to your mind. And just notice what's happening inside your head. And notice if there's any part of you that might be directing the thoughts, pushing the thoughts away, or trying to draw the quote unquote right ones near you. It's common for us to be afraid if we don't force the mind to think the way it should. We won't have the spiritual experience we're looking for, or we won't experience the bliss and peace we're yearning for. Just for today, let a compassionate observer arise within you, one without opinion. And just rest in that awareness. And begin to gently roll onto one side, curl yourself up into a little ball. Give yourself a hug. Thank yourself for this compassionate practice. And kindly press yourself up to sitting. You can sit on your blanket or your bolster. Sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Turn the left palm up. And bring the right hand in front of your shoulder. Back to Abhaya Mudra, the fearlessness mudra. I'm going to do a short round of Kapalabhati. Just as a refresher, it's the exhalation through the nose, through the dynamic pumping of the abdomen. It looks and sounds like this. Okay. If you want further explanation, you could visit my Kapalabhati video. So we're going to sit up tall and exhale through the nose. Inhale, little sit. Begin on my third. Exhale completely. You need to keep your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Continue to keep your awareness within, and as you exhale, focus on the palms of your hands. Continue to focus on your palms as you allow your breath to return to natural breathing. And as you breathe naturally, feel that you're inhaling into the left palm of the left arm, into the heart center. And as you exhale out your heart, down your right arm and right hand. Inhale into the left palm, to the heart center. Exhale from the heart center out your right palm. Inhale left palm. And exhale right palm. Continue to breathe like that as we layer on a mantra, the tool for the mind. So as you inhale, silently think whatever comes, comes. As you exhale, whatever goes, goes. Inhale left, whatever comes, comes. Exhale right, whatever goes, goes. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever goes, goes. It's a wonderful mantra to repeat to help us learn non-attachment, which is one of the fundamental principles of yoga. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever goes, goes. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand to the tenderness of your heart center. Place your left hand on top of that. And once again, affirm, no matter what comes, no matter what goes, I am here for you. I will love you. I will care for you. No matter what. Let's bring the palms together at the heart center and close with our peace sloka. You're welcome to just listen if you're learning. Exhale. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Bowing your head to your heart, Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in you and knows we are one. I am you and you are me. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for practicing with me tonight. Special thanks to my paying clients for supporting my work during this time. And for anyone that would like to sign up for our email list or make a donation, you can visit theyogalily.com. There's THEYOGALILY. And I will be sending out another email this week to talk to my students about whether or not we want to continue practicing online or if we will be in the yoga studio in person next week. Please like, please share, please comment, and let somebody know about this practice. They may be looking for exactly this in their lives. So, sweet dreams and have a wonderful